Yo, everybody, it's Heat Override, and are you ready to bring the pain for you this week? Oh, yeah. If you haven't been over to Dr. Roto, don't think because it's just playoffs that we're not throwing out. Yeah, we don't have the seasonal articles going out right now because we don't really need to, but our DFS articles are out. And if you're playing in a playoffs league where you can, draft players or you're going to run a certain amount of players, you can pick players every week, whatever the format is, get over there. Danger just dropped his rankings and it's in the subs only Discord as well too. So you got to get to Dr. Roto right now. We even threw up a couple free articles today. The NBA content, the NHL content is hitting. College basketball is hitting. You know how we do it. That's what we do. Now let's get ready to bring the pain. Oh yeah, man. All right. First of all, I want to say thanks again for giving me the support and supporting Bring the Pains podcast all year long. Man, I came at y'all 3 a week, but I loved every moment of it. And just there was so much fun to just love and grow and earn money and make money from betting and DFS and just have a good time. And that's why, again, the subs only Discord because there is some great times happening in there. Dig it? Yeah. All right. Well, my hard hits and cool picks, and then of course my IDP hits of the week ended up my 4 picks a week ended up being 62, 7-2 for the year. That's not bad. First year. And again, I want to go back to the record thing. The record thing is more so just saying, hey, I hit that many times. Hey, I lost this many times. Hey, I had a couple ties. There's sometimes guys didn't start that didn't count, but at the same time, what I was trying to do was trying to give you all players that were lower owned on all of your waiver wires that would have helped you win for any injuries or if you just wanted to stream defense. A lot of people stream defense. So that was practically the meaning of that article and just, getting to the waiver wire and getting those lower owned players. And I mean, EJ Speed at the end of the year, Khalil Hudson at the end of the year. There was some bangers that just kept popping out every single week. And then again, how many times I had to bring up between primetime player and Dilla that we were sitting there talking and I would be like, yo, play this player, right? And then next thing you know, this player's picking off a pick six. Literally, when Branch did that on the first game of the year, it set the tone for the Hard Hits and Cool Picks podcast and the IDP Heats of the Week, making sure that I was a IDP hero for all of you. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm here. And don't think I won't be back. I'm going to make sure that I stay constant with my podcast this year, unlike last year. So keep tuning in to drroto.com and my podcast at Spreaker.com as well, too. Go there. Follow me. Read my content. Hey, I got more than sports there. You want to know my top 10 wrestlers of all time? That's there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how you get it, right? So let's go. So after all the seasons are done, I actually had something coming up in one of my leagues. So they went back and they gave Hubbard a point from like 3 weeks ago. Now, why that was a problem was this dude advanced in the playoffs to play for the championship, right? But in actuality, he lost. So now the dude that should have been in the championship game was out because at the time he didn't have that point, but he lost so close that when they switched that point, now mind you, our dude paid out the league fee immediately. He paid the champion immediately. So what ended up happening was that the league he had to go, hey, you won, but unfortunately they changed the schedule, and then that changed the whole lineup, and it put the other guy through, and the other guy actually won the championship. What happened was the guy kept $100, and the other guy put the title next to his name. I guess that was fair, but again, that is a wild thing. So I wanted to bring that up from a seasonal point of view that, man, sometimes point changes happen. Maybe we shouldn't pay out that fast, but at the same time, I see why you did. You just wanted clean slate next year, bang. And it had been already over a week, but that change was huge. That was huge. It literally rechanged the whole playoffs. It took a team that won the championship and then took them out of it. Anyway, let's get to the Super Bowl faves. Actually, I'm just going to say it. I think the Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers are the favorites. I'm going to agree with that. There's just really no flaw. And now that Mark Andrews is back for the Ravens, oh, man. But there's some wicked weather going through the Northeast right now. So, I mean, we already heard about the game of Buffalo. That's just going to be, oof, that's just Buffalo nasty, in playoff time, January football. Like, it's just nasty. So, you're not going to probably want to target those players as much in DFS, but so somebody's going to have to, right? I mean, there's some value there. And we'll talk about that on my very contrarian lineup, of course, on the Ultra Contrarian Show. So let's get to it. All right. Uh, Browns versus Texans. I got the Texans winning. I think the Browns can win this game. I love Jerome Ford in this game, especially his prices on both sites. DK and FanDuel. DK especially, he's 5,500. I mean, and he can get the run. The only thing is that of course Hunt's always getting those touchdowns, and he seems to just not get carries. But all the Browns got to do is give this dude 20 to 25 touches, whether it be through the passing game, whether it be through the rushing game. And I will tell you that Ford can do good. But man, I think Houston's going to straight come up in here and gun. It's going to be one of those things that's just going to go down like that, right? So when, CJ Stroud's lighting up the Browns, and okay, so Delpit's out. That's already out. All the outs just came out, and there's a lot of people that are out right now. And that's a big loss for Cleveland right now, right? Because that just shifts everything in that secondary, and that makes the long ball, the Nico Collins, all more just devastating is going to happen, and they're going to have to cover Dalton Schultz. And they've been kind of thin at the linebacker, too. And even the line, so it's like Myles Garrett's going to be back there, right? But they're going to have to respect. In the last game, man, they gave that ball to Devin Singletary like 26 times. Like, they're really about taking that stress off of CJ Stroud. They can win this game. But at the same time, Browns can win this game. Browns did it. But hey, this is home game. I'm going Houston. I'm just going to say it. Dolphins, Chiefs. In what's supposed to be the coldest NFL game ever played? Well, I'm going to take the Chiefs. Home field advantage. The Chiefs running game has looked great over the past month. You can't argue that. I mean, if it wasn't for Pacheco and everybody else, putting in, even Clyde Edwards-Helaire filling in for Pacheco the same way, you can see right now the Chiefs can dominate a game with the running game and the defense playing strong. And Patrick Mahomes can be actually average Mahomes, and they can still win a game. So that being said, that only makes them more devastatingly more dangerous, because what's going to happen then is, of course, when it comes to playoff football, the two things you want to do is play good defense and be able to run the ball in the playoffs, exactly for the reason that you're going to get in Kansas City and in Buffalo. So that being said, when you take everything and you put it together, I mean, there's no way the Chiefs should win this game. And the Dolphins are just too banged up. They're just not going to be able to stop them. This is going to be it, right? Packers, Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys easily. I think the Packers can move the ball. I think the Packers can definitely make enough plays to win this game. The key for the Packers is going to be Aaron Jones. They've been giving Aaron Jones the ball a ton. And what has happened for the Packers since then? It's opened up the passing game no matter which receiver's hurt, not hurt. Back there, Wicks is going crazy now. And it's just like, oh, where's Christian Watson? We don't know. He ain't even been a factor this year, right? It's been a little bit of Dobbs. And of course, it's been our guy, Jaden Reed, right? But that is what's going on. And to make this game hard for Dallas, all they got to do is just work them passes to Aaron Jones out the backfield. Dallas ain't ready for that. Nope, telling you, because they're going to have to guard those receivers, right? And now you got Musgrave back, and you still have Kraft. So it's going to work, man. I'm telling you. But Dallas is definitely going to win this game because, man, that's too much power. And the Packers are still not that defensively. They're stout. They're good. But Dallas is going to wear them out. Dallas plays like they did last game. Dallas is going to wipe them out, man. But, hey, that's still going to be a fun game and a game to target for DFS-wise. All right, let's move. Steelers-Bills. We mentioned that, right? Bills win. Steelers, I think they have it. If TJ Watt was playing in a game like this, sloppy, wet game like this, so the Steelers would definitely have a chance. But Highsmith can still fill in. Just too many injuries to linebacker. And the Bills' offense is really good. Look, they'll be able to work the small passes to Diggs. They did that last game, and they worked Shakir, and they showed that Sherfield can definitely step up if needed. They don't have Gabe Davis, but they got Dawson Knox back, and he showed up last week, scored that Dawson Knox touchdown. We're all used to that breaking our hearts because that's just what happens. But with Kincaid still out there too, Kincaid was still getting to work. So this game's going to be underneath. You're going to look for Josh Allen to be having to run a little bit though, because the Steelers defense is still pretty stout up front, even without Watt. So that being said, this game, if the weather really affects it, could go either way. But I still think the stronger team is the Bills. Mason Rudolph made a nice story and a good headline going into next season for the Steelers. But hey, man, Steelers, maybe they can do it. It's a sloppy game. Rams versus Lions. I'm going horns up. Ram Nation, let's go. I don't care about no stories about Stafford going home. If this is Stafford's last game in Detroit, then he doesn't come back and he retires and runs off in the sunset, whatever he does, that's it. So maybe this is right now, maybe this is Matt Stafford's Super Bowl. So that means the Lions really need to be watching out for that. But also, Jared Goff is a little pissed too. So, he's going to be working those passes over to Amon St. Brown. Now we're just going to go. We're going to look at this like Montgomery's going to be churning the yards between the tackles. Gibbs is a handful. The Rams defense is good, but not that great. However, if Aaron Donald can get a massive pass rush on Jared Goff, we know that he can make those mistakes that can turn into pick sixes. And that touchdown may be the difference in this game. I mean, this looks like the game to blow up. This is the game I'm definitely stacking DFS-wise with a few players, Stafford being one of them. But at the same time, this game is just going to be crazy. So you're going to have to get over to my Ultra Contrarian show, and you're going to have to see that lineup because you're really going to like it. That DraftKings one is wild. Oh, yeah. So let's move along, right? So you was waiting for it. You got it. It's Eagles, Bucks. I'm going to take the Eagles, although I really love the Bucks to just beat them down, right? Like everything can work for the Bucks. White looks great. Mayfield's going to play good. Cade Otton looks good. It looks like, good. Godwin is going to be running wild, man. Right? The Eagles can't cover nobody. And then you got Mike Evans out there. Mike Evans is literally just going to smash this week. But the Eagles got their players back. And the Eagles, this game is going to just be wild. But with the weather right now, not so bad. I mean, we're down in Tampa. So the Eagles will be like, oh, away from home. Home's getting beat down with the winter storm coming through. They're going to be all nice and warm, right? And they're going to run in there and they're going to win this game. The Eagles are the stronger team. But, I mean, they're going to have to stop the Bucks, and the Bucks definitely can score on this Eagles defense. Oh, yeah. Well, you waited for it, and you wonder who it is. Are you ready for the Macho pick of the week? Oh, yeah, the Macho pick. Yeah. And that pick is Kyren Williams. Yes, he's the most expensive DFS back, right? It don't matter. The Rams give him the ball too much. When he gets near the goal line, he scores touchdowns. They give him the ball, right? And they run the plays with Cooper Kupp. And they have so many weapons right now. Robinson, Emergence. And then, of course, Puka Nacua. That's why I don't think Detroit has enough, like, in the secondary to stop everybody. And right now, at the level that Puka is playing, it's going to take a man out there to stop that big dude running down the field because he's hungry. And they know how to win. That's what I'm saying. This Rams team knows how to win. So they are going to put a lot of pressure on the Lions, and the Rams are going to eat that one out. But, man, Eagles, man, woo, we're going to do it. And Kyren Williams, like I said, gets the ball too much. So if you want to go any betting, if you're looking at if you can get like a over 14 or 15 attempts for Williams, get that now. Yards are probably going to put him at 70 or 80. So you're probably going to want to go with maybe the 40 or 50 on the alt line. That'll be good. If they even give you, they're probably going to give you the minimum at 40. So then the 50 is probably going to be probably like a negative 320, maybe a negative 220, probably 320. I could even see it higher than that too. But at the same time, when you look at that, it's like that's going to be something to play. But as Kyren Williams touchdown, it's probably a negative 115. I haven't looked at any of this yet. overall, I mean, I looked at it earlier in the week, but it all changes. So it's not, it's whatever it's worth right now. It is definitely information for you. But Kyron Williams is going to be the player that you're going to want to play on your DFS lineups. Oh, yeah. So get over to Dr. Roto, get all the articles under your belt, win some money, get some bets, and always remember to bring the pain. Oh, yeah. Have a great day, everybody, and may the points be with you. Yeah.